Welcome back again to the third part of our cruise through the Kimberleys. It has been absolutely amazing so far. We have loved every single minute of it. So if you haven't watched part 1 and 2, go watch them now. But what we've got coming up in this episode is the best. We've got rock carvings, rock art, lots of fishing, mud crabbing, wreck sites, some swimming. It's all there. It's the Kimberleys. And keep watching because you're going to love it.
Fish. It's been carved into the rock, so rock engravings.
Yeah.
See them here? So the fish has been chipped out. They're called petroglyphs, and they come along and chip out. They run the outline first, and then they'll chip the picture out. So there's pictures all over this rock. It would have taken ages to do these. And what they would do, people would come here and fish once a month. They would come here 16 kilometres from the mainland, and they would come and chip away at this, or they would mark this out with some coral or whatever, and that would ensure that they would have a bountiful harvest of fish.
Everyone. So as soon as they stop.
I got something too.
Big double hook up.
Oh, sick, mate.
Oh, triple hook up. Let me know when you're really close and you see the fish. Yeah. There we go. Yep, keep bringing it.
Come on there, lady. Well, they're resting. We've got 2 on there, 2. Whoa.
Good work, guys. That's amazing. Woohoo! How good is this? 3 at once.
So good. That monster.
There you go. Happy. Woohoo! We're going to be this tiny little thing that comes up.
Last time it wasn't.
No, the way that fish is running, it's not real.
Here he comes. Or is that a shark?
Let's go. Inside.
Well done.
Woo! Amen.
Yay! 2! Yay!
like I say, is the Wandjina art site. There is some other styles of art here as well, and I'll point that out. One of the things I always like to have a look at is the ground that we're walking in on. I can see there's really not a lot of food here that's been eaten here, a few oyster shells and not much at all. So this goes to tell me that possibly it would be a spot that where they've come for a while, not for a long time, or they're eating down closer to the beach there and then sort of coming up here and for shelter. Great little shelter spot. I would say during the wet season there'd be a little catchment of rain in that little spot over the other side. The Wandjina art style started approximately 5,000 years ago. The Wandjina is always portrayed the same way. They have, of course, their feet, their hands. Some of the earlier Wandjinas were only just painted as a head. So just this section here was painted, but as time evolved on with this type of art, it evolved to have a full body, which these ones have. These ones aren't that old. I'm going to say not that old, being what happens with Wandjina art, it actually gets touched up. So it gets touched up quite often. So maybe twice in a person's lifetime, maybe 3 times. And the artist who is ordained to paint this type of art and also carries the stories of that particular type of art. And what it does, the artist they'll come to the artist as how they paint it. So you'll see one here that's been painted but hasn't been finished.
Well, good morning on day 9, but before we get on to what's happening today, I have to say how special yesterday was. Those rock carvings and rock art were absolutely awesome, and then that fishing in the middle was so special. To catch all 3 at the same time was so much fun, really enjoyed that. So thanks Shannon for getting all 3 of those fish in the boat and not losing any of them. It was absolutely awesome. And today, to kick it off, we have got mud crabbing. So another nice active water sport again, and then some rock art in the Arvo and a tour of an old wreck, which Grant's actually got a bit of a relationship to. So that is pretty cool. Can't wait to go exploring and hopefully grab a couple of mud crabs.
Can't describe this magic in the air. The world has come alive, and when I see you, you make my pulse rise. I never knew that I could be so hypnotized. There's something in your touch, baby. The way your body is moving.
How to keep over.
And I don't know where this soul will go. Nobody knows.
You know?
Oh yeah, one straight in the other way.
Don't drop it.
Don't drop
Going backward.
I've never fallen in love so
There we go.
I just can't find my feet. If I don't fly now, chance will slip away.
That's alright, we'll get them for you.
The poachers.
They taste sweeter in someone else's net.
It's open and I believe, and I don't know where this all will go.
Little one. That's probably too little, isn't it?
Out of nowhere into my life, you walk in. Can't believe this could happen to me. You came crashing in out of nowhere. All this love is straight out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Something in your touch, baby. The way that your body is moving. And I don't know where this all will go. Oh, nobody knows.
Let me get a photo.
Something I could never see. Now my heart is open and I believe. And I don't know where this all will go. Oh, nobody knows. Oh, out of nowhere into my life, you walked in and you opened my eyes. Can't believe this could happen to me. Yeah, you came crashing in out of nowhere. Out of nowhere into my life. You walked in and you opened my eyes.
So these are the freshwater species. You can tell by the length of the nose there. That nose is quite a long and slender one there. Great picture. I think it's a fantastic picture. So there's art over the top of art here. And if you can
Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere.
So the boat came from London, skipper boarded out, Captain Reed, and of course they pulled into here for a bit of shelter and a bit of just a bit of quiet time, I think. There's a 6-inch hole in the bottom of the hull of the boat, and of course they were anchored out here. They run to shore, they were going to run it up on the beach, and of course it got stuck in a mud bank here, and that's where it stayed.
Well, on to day 10 now, and we are into double digits. Yesterday was absolutely epic again. Today we are starting it off with the tour of the DC3 wreck up in Vansittart Bay, and then we will be going to another art site, after which we will hopefully be doing a swim. So our first swim in the ocean, because of those pesky crocodiles, we haven't been able to get in yet, but I'm so looking forward to that. Should be another cracker day. It's the last one of this video, so stick around.
For a minute in the quiet, it feels like it was before. I get lost just for a moment, thinking I'm not where I am. And I didn't want to feel this way, tired of being out of place. Give me a one-way ticket out of here someplace. I know I can't be happy, it's not in my head. I can sit and cry about reasons why I'm in this mess. But what good is that? What a waste of breath. It's a fine.
So it was during war times when this plane that crash landed here. Well, emergency landed, I should say. So February 1942, we were getting worried about the Japanese coming down through Indonesia there. And so this plane had been helping evacuate people. So it had just returned from Java first, evacuating some Dutch refugees. And then it was on a flight from Perth to Broome. It was going to go up and evacuate some people from there. It was actually after this plane crash, it was 2 days later that Broome got bombed. But this one didn't make it to Broome, obviously. He's spotted these salt flats here, so perfect spot for landing. They've done a wheels up belly slide. They've actually made a successful landing on this, but overshot the runway and landed up in the trees here. So you can see that it's actually spun the plane around because the wing's been ripped off by all the trees, and they've come to a halt just in front. There's this big tree that they've pushed down just here too. So thankfully, they all survived.
I'm not myself. I feel so low. I'm not myself. I can sit and cry about reasons why I'm
Down here, not sure if they're emus or they're curlews. Generally, the beachstone curlew, they have a belief they are reincarnated children. They've got that cry, and they freak out with curlews. Not real. It's not one of those. The birds they leave alone. They leave them alone.
Well, that's the end of part 3. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. We certainly did. Another awesome adventure. Shout out to the crew who made it so enjoyable and so easy for us. Wouldn't be as good without you guys. But we've still got day 11, 12, 13 and 14 coming in part 4. So stick around for that. Subscribe if that's what you want to do. And I'll see you then.